Hello, everyone. This is just a quick surprise. I know I've been gone for quite a while. I've just been very, very busy. First initially got sick, and then later on, I decided to take a turn in my business. I think the last thing I had showed you was this beautiful wreath, and it just sold. But I kind of wanted to talk about it's selling, but at the same time, my customers started talking to me, asking me questions, and she was deciding which to take. She wanted either the pink one or this one, and she told me her colors, and I told her, "Hey, I can add some of your colors." She told me a little bit of a color scheme, and hello, she told me a little bit of a color scheme. And so what I did was I told her, "Hey, I can add some of that color," because she was asking me if it would look good in her Victorian room. And I said, "I can add some of your colors." And she stated some burgundies and greens. So I've actually added the colors to this piece. It took me a while to find it. So I just want to show you how. If you go to my previous video on my new latest rag wreaths, you'll see that this one's a little bit different. Hello. Oh, thank you. Gracias. Gracias. A ver si sigo viniendo más a YouTube porque está ocupada. But anyways, I wanted to tell you about this, and then if you want to hang on, I'll tell you a little bit about what's been going on in my life. And this won't be long because I need to pack this up to ship it out. I think I could still ship it out tomorrow, but I thought I'd talk about it before I even went into the process. So in other words, this is everything I had already done, and I showed you in the previous video, but I added a little bit of burgundy. And let me tell you, even when you have something, you can change it to look just a little bit different. But I have to experiment. So I brought in a lot of different fabrics and laces and tried to find things that described what she wanted. And what I ended up adding was I have this beautiful lace, and you can see it right here. I turned it in. Let me see. There you go. See this lace right here? This is what I added because she was talking about burgundies and greens, but she didn't want a lot of leaves added. So this I found was perfect. And she said her burgundies were a little bit mauvey burgundy. So that goes really well with this piece. And then over here, I added this piece right here and I turned it into a flower. I have this beautiful lace I'm actually planning to use this lace. I might just use it on my next little miniature dress design. I wanted to make a miniature dress design. That's why I keep on saving this lace. I got to see if I can find it because it's just beautiful to work with. And then I found some silk in a burgundy. So this handmade it. She said she wanted little rosettes. So I said, well, I took some silk. This is actually a piece of silk. I cut it into strips and then I turned it into a little rose. So I added that. I added one here. And because this burgundy is very dark, I didn't add a lot of the roses. I actually just ended up adding three, one on this side. You can see them, one, two, three. And then on this side, I did add another piece of that lace. There you go. And then at the very last minute, I added this little piece. And I've had these for a while. I wish I could find more, but I hoard them. And um, I basically, they're like a little medallion that's a lace. And I like to put it sometimes in different areas. And I really use it sparingly. I'm not the type that uses something like that and just puts it all around. I like to use it sparingly and bring out the beauty of the little piece. But it looks so vintage, even though it is not very vintage. And then in addition to that, I happen to have a vintage curtain that I had found that was very similar to the lace. See this lace right here? I bought this is actually a different one. It's a vintage curtain that I had found, and I decided to cut that curtain into strips and add that same color scheme to the bottom. There you go. So it's the same one. I just made some changes, and I just really wanted you to see the changes before I ship this off to my customer. Um, I put a lot of hours into these wreaths by hand making flowers and choosing a lot of things. And I do price them kind of high. And I know they're not going to like sell like hotcakes all the time, but when I do sell one, I know that I want to put as much love into it as I can. So I hope you enjoy my little bit of changes in my showing you how you can change something from a little bit just to bring out certain color schemes that you want. So I had, you can go to my previous video to see the previous one, how it looked without the reds and the burgundies in it. But I was able to, I'm just happy I was able to bring that color scheme together for my customer. So I'll be shipping this out pretty soon. But I do want to tell you a little bit about my changes that are going on with me. If you don't know, what's going on is that I basically have decided that I'm adding vintage items to my Etsy shop. Plus, I also am doing an eBay store. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm trying to bring in different avenues of income. I was looking at my ability to go to work because right now my husband is in an entry level position, which is very different. You know, with our move, that's basically what's happened. And I wanted to bring in a little extra just to help him feel comfortable that it's okay. He's worked many years in a more high pressure job, and but I want to kind of balance that out. So since I love vintage, I decided to add vintage and just cute things to my Etsy shop. Not everything is extremely vintage, but I'm trying to put just the older things in my shop, and I've actually been selling some of the things I've placed in my Etsy shop that are vintage. Plus, I'm still selling some of my laces. I haven't decided how much inventory I'm going to add. I'm going to try with my laces to list everything I have first, and then I will be creating probably a few more applique lots because most of my applique lots have sold. And so that's what's been keeping me busy. But first, I had gotten sick and I was not feeling well at all. I had no energy. I've gotten a little better now, but I've been working on that other subject. One of the reasons why I chose to do the vintage is because one of my issues with my health that I need in my next step with my health is for me to get out. I'm not an exerciser. I love home, love crafting, and I can be in my hole by myself all day long. So I need to get myself out. And that was one of the things that I did is I said, okay, let me do something that gets me out. At first, I was going to do some classes to realize that it's going to take a bit to work around a schedule and to build clientele, which I didn't have that kind of time. So now here I am working on that. So that's why you won't see me very often. Maybe I'm trying to come in. I'm going to try and come in at least live a little bit longer. And this customer who purchased this does want me to make foresees in her future ordering another. So she kind of was influenced me to choose color. So I might make a lavender purple one, something like that. But for in the meantime, my goal right now, I know I was going to do a Mother's Day. I didn't do it. And then I think I'm going to try and do another dress kit. I'm consistently selling my little hangers and things like that, so I know those videos are going forward. But if you have any questions, you can ask me now. But hi everyone. I know that I've been gone and I don't foresee doing a whole lot of tutorials right now, but I will be doing a tutorial for whatever dress kit I make. I will probably do that, which is, you know, the miniature little dresses that I design. I've been doing that already for a few years, and um, you guys are a lot of you are learning how to make, a lot of you are learning how to make them by yourself, and you use your own stuff to make the little kits, and they're fun. But I will continue designing my angels, which I think only have one in stock right now, and I got to make a few more of those. And so I'll still be designing, but I won't always be creating tutorials because they are very time consuming. And right now, my life is different. Before, I was still ill and recovering, and I had a lot of time to craft. Now I have more, my time has to be dispersed differently. I needed bring in a little bit of extra income, which YouTube doesn't bring much in. So, um, so it takes many hours for me to edit a video and to show you, but I may record some things. I'll see. But right now I'm just trying to build. I'm not gone. I'm just, have to put my energy in different places that are best for my family. And you'll see I'm still on Facebook, and I've tried Instagram. I'm trying to share, what I'm doing on Facebook, Instagram. But I will come here sometimes and just show you where I'm at. So I thought it would be interesting to you, as I like to design things, and I know a lot of you like my designs, that this item is here for you to see how I made some changes to it, but it still looks beautiful, and I still was able to bring the colors together, and I'm pleased with how it came out. But I hope all of you will continue crafting, and I still have my Etsy shop open, and I may come and, do some of those videos, because I know I need to keep that going. And my room is getting crafty messy. So but for right now, in my life right now, I just don't have time for it. I think I'm going to have more time once my 5-year-old starts school in the fall, which is he's a handful. Like today, my days are getting cut short because I'm taking him to the park almost every day, and that takes a lot of time. I'm there 2 hours, and so right now I'm trying to get this out before I leave to the park. And happy crafting, everyone. And this is Liz from Crafty Devotion, and I will talk to you next time. And ask any questions you want below the video after it posts. Hi, Sandra. After it posts, and I'll try and answer some of those to you. I have somebody who's Italian. Hello, Mirella. All I can do is speak Spanish, so I do talk Spanish sometimes to some of my followers. I do have international followers, and I think I can understand little words of Italian and little words of different languages, but okay, I will talk to you guys next time. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.